You've just invested a ton of money on a Disney World vacation.
You packed your bags, you made it here, and now you're lost?
Don't waste your time and money trying to figure out how to get around Disney World when it's already too late. You're here.
Watch us do it first. Right now.
Hey guys, it's Miranda, and here I am in Disney Springs, and I'm gonna hit up the buses. The buses are one of the most common forms of Disney transportation, but does that make them the best? You'll see them everywhere. You'll see them in the resorts, in the parks, the water parks, Disney Springs, on the roads, in between all of these locations. Let's go check them out. There are multiple different types of buses. Now these are not your average Joe yellow school bus type of buses. These are big old charter buses that even have some really fun wraps on them, like Mr. Pluto right here. That's gonna take me to Port Orleans. But even some of these other buses that have more full coverage wraps, like the Disney 50th over there and this Frozen one behind over there, these are a little bit more updated and a lot more fun just to be on them, and they're actually updated inside the buses as well. Ooh, we got a bus to ourselves so far. Disney's buses are anywhere from 30 feet to 40 feet long and carry about 70, if not more, people per bus. Let it go, let it go. Na, 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 na. Oh, bye. Okay. I'm so excited to go to Port Orleans. It's one of my more favorite resorts. It's just, I'm obviously a good old Tiana fan, but those beignets, might have to give me some. We'll see. I don't know, I think that's a good breakfast. What do we think? You guys think so? You know, we're in Disney. How could you not be wrong? Like, go wrong with a classic beignets for breakfast. So how hard is it to use a Disney bus? Not very at all. The bus stops are very clearly labeled on maps, and you don't have to worry about checking timetables or route maps. You can check when the next bus will arrive at your hotel bus stop through the My Disney Experience app. And at some bus stops, like here, there will be a screen giving you updates on the next bus's arrival time. That was a very quick bus ride over from Disney Springs here to Port Orleans Riverside. I love this resort. There's beignets, there's fun atmosphere and good vibes, good music, all around. Just, I'm happy to be here. But let's go in and check it out a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna hit up another transportation as I head out of here. I know that I'm doing buses and boats, but I got my monorail ears on. Aside from the lines here and the bus realm, a lot of other things that can cause some issues are you get stuck in traffic, you get rerouted, and it just takes a while. Maybe there's an accident on the road, and the buses it takes a little bit of time, and that is always not something that you're aware of, but it can cause a damper in the day and getting you from place to place as quickly as possible, especially at openings and closings of the day. Those bus lines, they get long, they get lengthy, and things get a little chaotic during those times of the day. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get from place to place, especially if you're using the bus transportation. A tip that Disney recommends is leaving around 90 minutes for travel time when using their transportation system. Just keeping that in mind when you plan your next vacation.
Oh, we're here. Look at that beautiful monorail. Should we talk about monorails for a second? Or for this entire video? Yes, that's our purpose today. We're talking about monorails and walking. And I know what you're thinking, walking? That doesn't sound like Disney magic. Well, guess what? There are options in Walt Disney World that are walkable that will get you places faster than using different forms of transportation. So we're talking about both of those things today. There is no form of transportation more Disney than the monorail. Well, actually, that's not true. I guess the train is probably more iconic, but you know, this is kind of a train. Opening in Disneyland in 1959, the original monorail cars and system were designed by Bob Gurr, an Imagineer that we talk about a lot. It opened with Walt Disney World in 1971. Not every single line was available. I'm looking at you, Epcot. But we did have the monorail to Magic Kingdom and the resort monorail. Yes, there are 3 different routes in Walt Disney World where you can use the monorail. One is called the Resort Loop, and that will take you around to every resort around we call it the monorail loop, but it's all the resorts that kind of surround and look at Magic Kingdom. Then there is the Express Monorail, which takes you directly from the TTC to Magic Kingdom. And then there is the Epcot Monorail that takes you from the TTC to Epcot. All three are very, very useful, especially the Magic Kingdom Monorail I tend to use a lot. Today's a busy day. You can see how long these lines are because the Magic Kingdom Monorail is so busy right at this particular moment. I say, let's head on over to the Resort Monorail and take a look at where that one goes. So the Resort Monorail is just to the left of the Magic Kingdom Monorail entrance, and it kind of looks like an exit, so some people miss it. But if you are staying in a resort, this one comes in handy. We're gonna take the loop right now and just show you everywhere it goes. So really the time that this is gonna come in most in handy is getting from your resort to Epcot. If you are staying in one of the monorail loop resorts, which are the Contemporary, the Polynesian Village Resort, and the Grand Floridian. The other great way to use the Resort Monorail is for dining. If you are maybe spending the day at Magic Kingdom or Epcot, and you have made dining reservations at one of the three resorts, Contemporary, Polynesian Village, and Grand Floridian, that this line services, then you are going to be able to take the monorail exclusively, skip the bus, skip the Skyliner, skip the boat, and just do monorail the whole time, which is classic, iconic, and also really fast. All right, all in all, that loop took us 24 minutes. Individually, it took about 2.5, 3, 1.5 minutes in between each of the stops. Now, if you were to transfer directly to the Epcot monorail from here, this is the path that you can take. And actually, let's walk it and show where it goes, because this might come in handy for you if you are wanting to go from your resort, which is on the monorail loop, so either Polynesian Village Resort, Grand Floridian, or Contemporary Resort. Did you hear that? Is my voice changed? Contemporary Resort! Do you remember that from the Brady Bunch? When it's time to change, you've got to rearrange.
Pork chops and applesauce.
If you are going from Magic Kingdom to Epcot, yours is right across the way. That's the Magic Kingdom Express Monorail, and that's the Epcot Monorail, and you literally just have to cross this one little path right here to get on. We just missed that one, but that's okay because we are going to exit and show you the regular entrance if you are wanting to park at the TTC and take the Epcot monorail to get there. Wow, the lines have not quit for the Magic Kingdom monorail right now. Yep, it's definitely been, half an hour, and they are still super long. Reasons to take the monorail to Epcot. Number one, you want to park at the TTC and take an iconic form of Disney transportation that is also retro-futuristic and totally in line with the original spirit of Epcot, and hopefully in line with the spirit of what Epcot's becoming. You can see into the construction walls of what used to be the center of Future World before you arrive at the park, because of the fact that the monorail line goes through what used to be Future World before you arrive at the Epcot station. And seeing inside is very aspirational. It's very exciting. You can see a lot of what's going on with Moana Journey of Water and the rest of that whole middle section of what was Future World, because once you're in the park, all you see is black construction walls. It could be a little depressing. It's like, where's all the park, And if you know what's going on behind those walls before you arrive, it's actually very inspiring and exciting. The second reason to use the monorail to Epcot is that you want to stay in one of the resorts around the monorail resort loop, the Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, Grand Floridian, or the Contemporary Resort, and you want a very easy, convenient way to get to Epcot. And it is very easy. You transfer very easily at the TTC to the Epcot monorail line and get there quickly. And the third reason, you want to park hop from Magic Kingdom to Epcot or vice versa. Any way you use the Epcot monorail line, it's definitely stylish. It's definitely themed to original Epcot, and it's definitely fast and easy and fun. A cool way to arrive in Epcot. I dare say that's how we were meant to arrive in Epcot. That felt like a very epic journey, but it only took us 9 minutes. That's pretty great. I mean, Epcot is far from Magic Kingdom, so this is legitimately like a good, fast mode of transportation that is also entertaining and part of Disney history. You're getting a lot of boxes checked with it, and then you get to go down this cool ramp, and you get to fantasize that it is the early 80s, and you're with your family on vacation visiting a very, very, very brand new Epcot Center. Because we've gone through security already, we don't need to go through security again. We have stayed inside the bubble by riding the monorail and coming directly to Epcot without ever leaving. I keep calling it the bubble. I don't know what else to call it. Now I will just show you around this corner your beautiful dramatic view of Spaceship Earth, and these are the lines to enter the park. So you can see it was a short walk from over there to over here, and now I'm going to show you to get from over here to over there, because this is now a demonstration of exiting Epcot and using the monorail to get back to the TTC. Got it? Servicing transportation and ticket center to Magic Kingdom and the Magic Kingdom resorts. All right, we've already visited the Magic Kingdom resorts, so we know what that's all about. Hours of operation, 7:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Those do change as the park hours change, so always check the My Disney Experience app to get the most up-to-date information. But you can also see that there are signs that will tell you, and that's nice too. And I love walking up these dramatic ramps. And I love that they're a gradual incline, so they're easy to walk and they're easy to push a wheelchair or a stroller. And I have experience with that because of pushing my mom while she was using a wheelchair here in Walt Disney World. And I can tell you, these slow, gradual incline ramps, maybe they were a thing of the future in 1982, but there's something I really appreciate in present day. They are our reality. Thank you, past futurists, for all things you did. All right, that took us 9 minutes. Not bad at all. We are back at the TTC, and this is how you exit. On the other side from where you entered. During very peak times when it's very, very busy, they will start running buses from the TTC over to Magic Kingdom, and this is where you'll pick them up. If a cast member says there are buses available, if you want to get there the fastest way, absolutely take the bus if it is being offered. It's not the most magical way to get there, but maybe it is the most magical way because it's getting you there faster than everyone else. If you want to park hop from Epcot to Magic Kingdom, this sign that says do not enter, it says that because that's the exit, and that's the exit that we just exited from. Remember, there's the bus depot, and here's the monorail to Magic Kingdom. There is not a cool little walkway. You do have to exit out with the general public and get back in line for the Magic Kingdom monorail. But as you can see, the line has pretty much gone away, and the Magic Kingdom monorail is always a little more intense. The lines are longer and there's more urgency in getting people on and off. So the first two were kind of cool, peaceful, meditative experiences, and this one I'm getting my heart rate, my anxieties kicking up a little bit. So keep that in mind if that's a problem for you. Prepare yourself. It's the same thing with the boat. I'm actually gonna go as far down to the end as possible, as close to gate 12 as possible, because if you're not using a wheelchair or a stroller, if you're able to walk down a little flight of stairs, there is a really fast way to exit the monorail and get right on track to enter Magic Kingdom. And it only took us 2.5 minutes from getting in line to boarding, so even if the line looks long, it probably isn't going to take that long. Okay, check this out. All right, here we go. We stepped out, we took a left, we looked behind us and saw what everyone else had to do to get to Magic Kingdom. We're headed down this set of stairs again, always using the handrail. And here we are. We're first in line to get in line to enter Magic Kingdom. Return trip from Magic Kingdom to the TTC on the resort monorail. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. That's nothing. So really not a problem that the Express doesn't run until afternoon, because you aren't gonna lose really any time doing it. But now I have to show you where we are exactly and where we're going, because this is when it gets a little weird.
If you encounter a situation where you just need to get somewhere fast, like you've got a pressing thing happening, you've got a last minute dining reservation that you just need to get to, you've got to know about the one not free option. That's right, we're talking about minivans. Minivans is a rideshare operated by Disney cast members, though the whole system is actually run by Lyft, so you do need the Lyft app in order to book one. Now sometimes minivans can be our saving grace if we're trying to get somewhere quickly, but it is not cheap. Pricing starts around $25 per ride and can literally go up from there depending on time of day, how busy it is, all that jazz. But sometimes that cost is totally worth it if it means not getting hit with a no-show fee for a reservation, or you just don't want to wait 20 minutes for a bus to arrive, and then another 20 to 25 minutes in bus travel time. There are some extra perks, like 2 included car seats if you need them, chargers for any device you might have, and often terrific conversations with your cast members. And now recently Disney has said that they're going to start playing Mickey shorts in the minivan. So now you've got entertainment for, the children. Or entertainment for me, because I love a good Mickey short. You heard it first here. I like Mickey shorts. He's funny and sarcastic. Although Goofy is wearing no pants. That poses a lot of issues for me. On busier days, I recommend as you're exiting the park, don't get to your rideshare location and then request the minivan. Pull it up, see how close the driver is. Mine happens to be 19 minutes away, so I definitely could be walking out of the park on my way to the rideshare location. And there's usually a designated location for the minivan. Here at Hollywood Studios, it happens to be gate 30. Now these minivans can get you from place to place with some agility, you know what I mean? It's not a full bus taking you places. It's your own little vehicle, so you'll get there way more efficiently than taking a bus or a boat, you know what I mean? But it'll cost you. Oh, this is us. Here we go. It feels very luxurious. Like, looking at it, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. Like I feel like you're rolling up in like Disney style, you know what I mean? Oh, who just walked out of that minivan? It's me! And you can see at the back of the minivans, they have these numbers, so that way you know if that is your minivan. Hi, how are you? Jamie Lee? Good, how are you?
You ready for a great day?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Oh, sorry, let me...
Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, no worries. I was like, am I
really getting all the way?
I'll rock and roll in the back. I'm good for it. Well, that was like probably the most delightful experience I've ever had in a lift. Truly, that was amazing. I loved every second of that. The reason that minivan experience was as great as it was because of Jamie Lee. I just shout out to all our minivan cast members, especially Jamie Lee. I'm sure, I know the ride was maybe 4 minutes, but it felt like 30 seconds because we just had a great conversation. She was so positive and happy. We talked about the Galactic Star Cruiser and all the stories that she had from guests who she picked up the Galactic Star Cruiser. So cool. Again, if I can't say this enough, if you have a good experience, make sure to give them a positive review. Oftentimes we find ourselves, you know, leaning into the negative and only saying something if it's a negative thing. If something positive happens, say it. So after a very, very quick minivan experience, with the tip, it looks like my ride was $31.15, which could have been much cheaper on in a normal lift, but I don't think I would have had the same positive experience. Now, a typical lift, had I not chosen a minivan, would have literally been $8.84 plus a 20% tip, or whatever you choose to tip them. So it's definitely more expensive, but the experience, I really enjoyed it, and it was super quick. So hey, I mean, you pay for what you get. Jamie Lee did let me know that here is a pro tip for you guys. If you're traveling to the Magic Kingdom, Minivan actually has the best spot. They can pull up right to the Magic Kingdom. They are not dropping you off at the TTC like a normal rideshare experience would. Minivans are bringing you right to the front of Magic Kingdom, so quick and easy way to get there. Now, I know minivans are going to be a last resort for you, mostly just because of cost, but it really is helpful if the free mass transportation options fail you. So, thanks, Jamie Lee. You're awesome.
Disney World also offers some boat transportation as well, mostly for particular resorts running very limited routes. But if you are staying at those resorts, boats can be a very fun and easy way to get around. The most well-known option is the ferry boat. This boat runs between Magic Kingdom and the TTC. This fleet, I believe I hear a boat actually, this fleet consists of 3 ferry boats, and they are an alternative to the monorail if you're trying to get from Magic Kingdom or to TTC or TTC to Magic Kingdom, vice versa, you know. And if the monorail goes down, know where that ferry is. It is to the left. If you're facing the monorail sign, it is to the left. Know where it is, because that ferry boat carries a ton of passengers, hundreds even. The ferry boats are a great piece of history if you've ever gotten a chance to ride in one. And here comes a little boat now. I believe I'm gonna go hop on this boat. This Disney boat transportation says that it is running from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. and this services to Disney Springs. Shirt and shoes are required to board, and guests may be asked to move from seats designated for guests with disabilities. All the typical things. So let's go get on this boat. Now, these boats are slow moving, and while many riders will appreciate the views of the Seven Seas Lagoon at the Magic Kingdom area resorts, others will be ready to get to the other side of the lagoon and into Magic Kingdom, or even here at Disney Springs and this side of the resorts area. Now, not all waterways are connected, and certain boats only go to certain locations. Other boats include cruisers and small boats from Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness to points around the Magic Kingdom resorts area, and Sassuagla ferry boats that run between the Port Orleans resorts, Sarasota Springs, and Old Key West, and Disney Springs. These are actually really relaxing, and when you're just trying to have some downtime at Disney Springs, the Sassuagla water taxi, which is what I took today, is a really awesome way to get there. You'll likely won't find them running when the weather is inclement, so be sure you have an alternative plan for transportation when these boats go down. There it is, Disney Springs.
All right, here we are at an almost empty, do you see the tumbleweeds rolling here? I mean, this is an off time for the TTC, clearly. And if we turn ourselves around just like this, we will see an exit out of the TTC. We're gonna leave the bubble. That means if we wanna go back into the bubble, we have to go through security again, which is fine. There probably won't be a long line at any of the resorts, and you can go through security at the resorts. You can get on the monorail and do it that way, stay in the bubble the whole time. Well, you can't stay in the bubble at the resorts, but you can get back in the bubble easily. Is the bubble a thing that anybody else calls it? Is it just me? Anyway, we're exiting the TTC to walk to Polynesian Village over there. To the right, it's gonna be so great. Boom. Uh-oh, it's getting themey and magical. Do you see how beautiful this is right now? All right, we're here in the Great Ceremonial House at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. While we're here, let's talk a little bit about the dining options and the nightlife options here. Upstairs, you have Ohana, which is an amazing family-style restaurant that has the world-famous noodles that everybody loves, platters of meats that I don't eat, but you'll enjoy maybe, and lots of other great fun foods. There's a fun character breakfast there with Lilo and Stitch, and next door is Tambu Lounge, which is a really cool bar where you can get tropical beverages, you can get a drink, the Lapu Lapu, which is served in a pineapple. You can also order select menu items from the Ohana dinner, including the noodles. So I think that's the move. Hang out at Tambu Lounge, enjoy a tropical beverage, and eat some noodles. Then go downstairs to Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, which is a really cool, immersive, interactive bar that when you order certain drinks, the whole room goes wild and changes. Like the lights change, there are projections, sound effects. It's really, really cool. If you're looking for a more casual dinner, Kona Cafe, a much beloved restaurant here in the Polynesian Village Resort. It's sort of elevated diner food, but better than that. And a sushi bar. Does that make sense? And then downstairs, if you want quick service, Captain Cook's is a really good quick service restaurant I go to all the time. They have a plant-based noodle dish that I love. And that about covers it, except for something very important. Maybe some might say the most important. Pineapple Lanai. This is where you're gonna get your Dole Whip. Sometimes this line will literally wrap around the corner, but right now you can see there aren't too many people. It's still morning, but this is where you're gonna get your iconic pineapple Dole Whip. And they've also got, right now they've got lime and vanilla. And they also sometimes will have these cool sundaes and treats corresponding with different holidays, or right now the 50th anniversary celebrations a little bit. So definitely check out their seasonal or special offerings, because this is the place to be. This is the way that you used to walk and probably will walk to Grand Floridian in the future. But as you can see, there's a lot of construction here. They're building the new DVC building, and I am excited about it. Sad to lose Spirit of Aloha Luau show, but I've made this walk before, and this is where we start to lose the immersion. We're making this left. This is when it gets real, kids. Over here you can see that's a golf course. Look at that. They're working on it right now, but it looks nice. We've got a crosswalk here, and cars are waiting for us. I'll just show you. It's not, thank you. It's not the most, it's not unsafe. It's a regular crosswalk. It's just a crosswalk that you have to think about. Where Monorail, in the past, when you would walk along the path that's now obstructed by the construction for the new DVC building, you didn't have to encounter any cars. You never had to cross any streets. And now, for the time being, you do. Here we go, another crosswalk. This one's somehow scarier feeling, but I'm going. See, there's a bus down there, a car down there. I'm crossing, and we're back in the magic. We're back in the magic. We're back in the magic. We made it. We're back in the magic. See, look, like magic is exploding all around us. We are being rewarded for our walk. And that was another 8 minutes, okay? For some reason, I thought it was gonna be like 15 minutes between every resort. And it's not that much. Now, I know it's a lot to do all at once. I probably wouldn't ever recommend walking from the TTC all the way to Magic Kingdom to get to Magic Kingdom and then walk all day there. But if you need to get someplace and you're having fun and you're with friends and it's nice out and you feel like taking a stroll, this is awesome. This is Grand Floridian Cafe. If you haven't seen the restaurant review that Quincy and I did here, definitely check it out right here. Highly recommend that. If you're ever in doubt and you're like, I want to eat something someplace kind of nice, but not too fancy, and it's kind of last minute, I want to try my hand at getting a last minute reservation, definitely give Grand Floridian Cafe a try. And upstairs here in this incredible lobby is Victoria and Albert's. Right there. You can go to Victoria and Albert's. It's like definitely the fanciest restaurant I've been to, definitely a once in a lifetime experience. Enchanted Rose is right there, which is a bar and lounge themed after the live action Beauty and the Beast. That chandelier right there is meant to represent Belle's gown. So you can go in there and have a fancy cocktail. They make their own syrups and everything's like really interesting and complex, and a lot of story behind, you know, why drinks are made the way they are. And then out this door and to the left, you've got Gasparilla Island Grill, which is a quick service location that serves Quincy's favorite mac and cheese in the world. And then way out back, you've got Narcoossee's that's currently under construction. It's a tradition with my family and I that we eat there the first night of our vacations. Can't wait to see what it looks like when it's remodeled. Ooh, it has magical pixie dust. Can't wait. This must be a very magical path. If you love nature and you're staying at one of these resorts and you want to walk over, I recommend it. I mean, it's a good warm-up for the rest of the walking that you're doing the rest of the day. But this is interesting. It says walkway is closed between certain times, but it doesn't have time. So maybe right now, speaking of nature. I mean, we're almost there and it's only been 12 minutes. This is one of the boat launches that is connected to the entrance and exit for the pathway from Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom and vice versa. So we're practically there. I'm gonna give this sort of a 15-minute estimate ahead of time, because we've still got a little ways to go before we get to the front gate of Magic Kingdom. But again, a totally, I think, in my opinion, reasonable amount of time, reasonable distance. I mean, I still feel pretty good, and I just walked the whole thing. So in just about 15 minutes from Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom, and 48 minutes total, including all the times we stopped in the resorts, we got from the TTC to the Magic Kingdom on foot. Do I recommend doing this as a regular way to get to Magic Kingdom from the TTC? No. Do I recommend it as something fun to do while you're here if you like walking and you enjoy nature and you like visiting different resorts? Absolutely. Give it a shot. Again, under an hour, I made the entire trip. We still have one more route to go, and this is the original. This is the original walking path. It is from the Contemporary Resort to Magic Kingdom. We're actually going to do it the opposite way. We're going to walk from Magic Kingdom to the Contemporary, see how long it takes us. But this one's a classic. This one's a standard, and this one's a big reason that people do book stays at the Contemporary Resort, because Magic Kingdom is very easily walkable from there. Contemporary grounds, you've got a Joffrey's in the lobby down here. That's very convenient for the mornings. Beautifully newly renovated lobby. Inspired by the artwork of Mary Blair, as many things have been through the years here at the Contemporary, because she's the one who created the famous Mary Blair mural that is in the lobby, in the Grand Canyon Concourse as it's known. And look at, here she is herself, Mary Blair. I love this. Steakhouse 71 down here is a really delicious restaurant with a very retro design. There's a lounge in here that you can order certain menu items off of the regular menu. You can also order any of the cocktails, the specialty drinks that they have. You can see this really amazing artwork of Walt standing in front of the map of the Florida project. The Contemporary Resort is also home to California Grill. This is a fine dining experience. It is inspired by flavors of California, and I recently had the 50th anniversary plant-based menu, and it was unbelievable. So I highly recommend, especially right now while they're offering that 50th anniversary sort of prefix menu, that you give it a try. But I'm also excited to see what returns after the 50th anniversary, because I loved this restaurant before also. And here is the unbelievable Mary Blair mural. And just to its right, actually the mural continues. And you've got yourself Contempo Cafe, which is a very good quick service restaurant. I think I prefer Captain Cook's over at the Polynesian Village Resort for my personal needs and tastes. Above Gasparilla Island Grill also, because all they have is a veggie burger. Here they have a bowl. They have a quinoa bowl. You've also got Chef Mickey's, which is a character restaurant that is very, very popular. And you can hear them clapping and laughing. Everything's very, very fun over here. Maybe too fun. Maybe it's too loud. Maybe there's too much going on in this Grand Canyon concourse for you to have a great time. But for some people, Chef Mickey's is the ultimate. Like, they haven't been to Disney World if they haven't gone to Chef Mickey's. So totally up to you. I would say if you love a character breakfast, I would recommend Topolino's Terrace. I think that is a little bit more reserved and dignified, if you will. It's a little quieter, but again, kids don't like that kind of stuff. If you're an adult that wants a character breakfast, try Topolino's Terrace. And then for dinner, give Akershus a try and go hang out with all the princesses. There's a video where Quincy and Miranda and I reviewed Akershus and really love the food and really love the experience with the princesses. So lots of character dining options in Disney World, and this one is probably the most famous and iconic, Chef Mickey's. And it only took us 10 minutes to get here. So that's a really incredible perk. It took us about the same length of time to get from the Magic Kingdom to the Contemporary Resort as it did to go from the TTC to the Polynesian Village Resort. And I think this is a lot more valuable, a 10-minute walk. So up to you, but I think it's a definitely great option if you're staying at the Contemporary Resort to take advantage of the fact that you can walk to Magic Kingdom.
The next major form of Disney transportation we're going to talk about is the newest one, the Disney Skyliner. It is in fact the newest one because it debuted back in 2019. Now the Skyliner is a gondola system consisting of 3 lines and 5 stations. Let's hop on one, and not hop on one, I mean like hop inside of one and it'll take us back to, it'll take us to a, you get what I'm trying to say. But we'll talk more about the Skyliner while we're on the Skyliner. We're so meta. We're in the Skyliner. And I got one all to myself. The privacy is amazing in here. Now, Caribbean Beach Resort, which is where we're just at, is the hub of the Skyliner. And you get to the Riviera Resort and Epcot on one line. You can go to Disney's Hollywood Studio on another line, and Art of Animation and Pop Century on the third line. All right, here we go. Here's the takeoff. It's my favorite part. Whee! I'm such a child. Yeah! I love it. Look at all the fun casings on the different Skyliner. We got Monsters, Inc. Oh, is that Stitch? We've got Stitch. Oh, we've got Coco. This one's for you. Quincy. Miguel! Now, I did ask to sit in a non-cased Skyliner with no characters because the viewing, the windows, it's much clearer. Got a perfect view of all of this, and we're headed to Hollywood Studios right now. The Skyliner can seat up to 10 guests in a gondola at a time, except with a stroller or a wheelchair or ECV. Those limit the guests to about 6. Now, the Skyliner does have some real benefits. It's not at the whim of traffic, so rides tend to be pretty short. You can go to Caribbean Beach Resort to Hollywood Studios in about 5 minutes, which saves a bunch of time versus a bus or a car. Also, if you couldn't tell from my wee earlier, it's like a ride. I mean, it's high up. The view is gorgeous. I mean, yes, this is technically a parking lot, but it's a ride, baby, and it's not as hot, you know, as people usually think it is. They're like, oh, it's gonna be so hot in there. There's actually these vents create a really nice breeze. I've never been hot in a gondola before because the air circulates pretty well. All right, here we go. Here we go, back down. And we've made it to Hollywood Studios. We did it. Yeah, looks like that was about 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Not bad. Now, even though I love the Skyliner, there are some pretty publicized drawbacks that people have made their opinions known about their thoughts about the Skyliner. It is not uncommon for the Skyliner to take a quick pause for a couple minutes from time to time while you're in there. And that's usually because of a ride system, just like a reset, or they're trying to get something back on track or whatever. And that usually doesn't inconvenience guests too much because it usually pauses for about only a couple minutes. Depending on capacity or peak season, the lines for the Skyliner can get pretty long, especially at the end of the day during park close. And take it from me, everyone, the character-wrapped gondolas are cute on the outside, not so cute on the inside. Another big drawback for the Skyliner is that it has to close for inclement weather, like is about to happen right now. Ooh, that looks nasty. So if it's thunder, lightning, high winds, it's gonna close, which means you have to take another form of transportation.
When you're deciding on which resort to stay at, don't forget to check the transportation options, make sure that they work for you. There's a big difference between staying at the resort that only has bus transportation versus staying at a monorail or Skyliner resort in terms of how fast you can get to the parks. It makes a large difference.
If you're doing 2 parks in one day, here are my best transportation tips. If you're doing Epcot and Magic Kingdom, take the monorail.
Epcot and Hollywood Studios together, you can take the Skyliner, a boat, or you even can walk there because it's so close. What? Walking in Disney? You already walk a lot, so I don't know about that.
But for even more transportation tips on how to get from park to park, the best way to do it, make sure to check out AllEars.net.
There are so many options for transportation in Walt Disney World. It can be overwhelming. We hope to present all the options so you can sort of make up your mind ahead of time as to which transportation you'd like to use on your Walt Disney World vacation.
Plus, it's kind of fun to kind of pick and choose your favorite modes of transportation here in Disney World.
Today, I'm taking a boat.
Think of it like a buffet. There is so much transportation to choose from. You can kind of pick and choose and make a perfect plate for you and your family or your travel party of how you want to get around.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
And now go watch our video on the Festival of the Arts.